restaurant. Today we are starting our journey to Guernsey. Now Guernsey is quite small, so I will mostly stay in one place and explore the island from that place. Today we are starting off in St. Peter Port. This village here behind me. We are going to the northern side of the island, which is about 25 kilometers, and it takes us partly along the coastline of Guernsey. Now this is the island's east coast. Over there you can see the island of Herb, which we are also going to visit in the upcoming days. And in the distance, well, hardly visible even without a camera, there is the island of Sark, which we are also going to visit, but a little bit later. For now, it is a little bit windy and the sea is a little bit rough, so I'm not sure if it will remain dry today. Anyway, hope you'll enjoy. Just a few kilometers north of St. Peter Port we find Guernsey Park. The park itself is not very big or noteworthy, but it is located on a hilltop about 25 meters above sea level, and that makes it the highest point of the Guernsey parish of Vale, which means that north here it's all going to be flatter than this, because Vale is the northernmost parish of Guernsey, I mean. Anyway, let's continue. After about 5 kilometers of walking we reach Vale Castle, which is the castle in the parish of Vale, and this castle has quite a rich history. Now most of the parts of the castle that you can actually see when you're standing in it are from the 15th and 16th centuries, and well, because it's in quite a strategic position, you can see quite a lot of the sea between this place and Jersey. The Germans had also used this castle for military functions during the occupation in the Second World War. But it is known even earlier. Get out of the wind so you can actually hear me. Even earlier, in the early Iron Age, it is known that some sort of fortification was already built here, but of course a lot less strong than after medieval times. Now sadly the surroundings of this castle are a bit industrialized, but if you look to the north you can see that we're already almost at the northern shore of the island. And if we turn around and look past the industrial areas, we can see over there in the bay St. Peter Port, which is the capital of the island, and it's about halfway down the east coast. So that says a lot about the size of the island. It's just not very big. Anyway, I think it's time to continue. Near the north coast we find the Vale Mill Tower. Now, it used to be a wooden mill built in the 1770s, but eventually in the 1850s it was rebuilt using granite, and the Germans reinforced it using concrete during the Second World War. Now the internet says it is derelict, but it doesn't look very derelict to me. Sadly, you aren't allowed to climb it, so I guess we gotta get views from somewhere else. Over here we have the Dolmen of Diaz, an ancient burial chamber near the north coast of Guernsey. Now it should be open every day for visitors, but it's locked. Anyway, this dolmen is at least 2000 years old. Maybe it's even older. Maybe even thousands of years older than that. And it's about 10 meters long. If you would go inside, you would find a carving of a bearded man in the ceiling. Now, very likely this stone with this person engraved on it was likely a stone that stood on its own and was reused for this dolmen. Anyway, it's really sad that we can't enter, because I really would have wanted to look inside. So at the very northern tip of the island, we find Fort Ende. This fort was completed in 1805, and like almost all the fortresses and castles along the coast of Guernsey, it was used by the Germans to bit of history. So from here I hoped I could see the island of Alderney in that direction, but it turns out to be invisible from this distance, at least with this weather. And over there you can see 3 islands, 2 that are quite close, those are Herm and Jetu, and in the back there is Sark. Very close to Fort Doyle, we also find Fort Le Marchand, which is a little bit older than Fort Doyle, in the 1680s. But before Fort Doyle over there was built, this fortress was reinforced, and it wasn't just the French. We are quite close to the French coast here. Yeah, people were afraid of a French invasion. And with these 2 castles, fortresses actually, the castle was probably protected against a French invasion. So due to the bad weather, I sadly had to give up the hike after about 15 kilometers. So yeah, that's very sad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time.